You know what Minecraft is missing? A way to make your Minecraft avatar look like you. Not a skin, not some random armor. I'm talking about custom ears, tails, wings, clothes, facial expressions, animations, basically anything you can think of. And whatever the hell this is. So I'm gonna be showing you how to make your own Minecraft avatar using Blockbench and Figura. And don't worry, you don't need to know how to model in this video. And you don't need to know how to code either. And you definitely don't need to be a professional 3D artist, because I'm gonna be going through it step by step with you. Before we actually start, let's quickly explain what we actually are using. We'll be using Blockbench. It's basically the program that we're gonna use to build the character or monster, I don't know. You can create cubes, shapes, textures, animations, basically construct your wildest desires in Minecraft. Then the next thing you'll need is Figura. Figura is what takes your model and puts it inside of Minecraft. The links will be in the description. Once everything is installed, launch Blockbench. So first thing you want to do is you want to go to the top left corner, click on File, click on Plugins, then go to the Available tab and search in Figura. Then you want to install this. Some ones I also recommend: CEM Template Loader, Meshy, and Color Gradient Generator. But if you want to see all my plugins that I have and just copy me, here are all my plugins. I'm voicing over because it sounded really silent, so wow, look at these plugins, yeah. Now that we have those installed, you're almost basically ready to go. As you can see, there are many different things on your screen. There is Figura model, but I highly recommend not clicking on this, because we're going to be making our model in an easier way. So what I want you to do is minimize Blockbench. Then what you want to do is you want to load up your Minecraft with Figura installed. If you don't have Figura installed, you can find it on Modroth. Then load up that Minecraft version. Now that your Minecraft is open, you can do this on a multiplayer server, but I recommend just starting in survival. I already have a world, so I'm just gonna use that. Awesome. Now that you're in Minecraft, it should say Cloud Connected at the top. Your Figura might look a little different to mine, and that's completely okay. What I want you to do is click on the plus symbol that says Create New Avatar. Click on that, name the avatar whatever you want. I'm gonna name it Test. You can add a description and authors, but I'm not gonna do that. But the most important thing is to click Include Model, click on Player Model, and you can change if you want slim or non-slim arms. I personally want slim arms. And then you can also give them pivots, like their head pivot, parrot pivot, armor pivot. It just depends on what you're creating. Another important thing is you want to click Include a Script. In this script, it tells you each thing that can be toggled off and on. Personally, I do want to hide my vanilla player, I want to hide my armor, and I want to hide the cape and elytra. So for me, I'm gonna have everything on. Now remember, if you don't want to hide your player, you don't have to, because it will hide your player in-game. But for this example, I'm gonna be creating an accessory. Click on Create, and then there should be a file that opens. Now, this is your avatar folder inside of Figura. This is why I recommend creating it in Minecraft itself. Otherwise, you'd have to make this folder yourself. You get the avatar.json, avatar PNG, the model, and the script. First, we're going to be starting off with the model. So what I want you to do is just double click the model. This should open Blockbench. Now that Blockbench is open, you can see you have an avatar here and all these weird tools and things, and don't worry if it doesn't look the same as mine. If you want to change the tools, you can just click on this and you can customize your toolbar right here with a bunch of things, but we are just going to be using the default ones. So if you can't find something, don't worry, just click the toolbar, customize toolbar, and search it, or just look for the same symbols. The next thing I want you to do is to go down here and delete the skin. Then download your Minecraft skin from either NameMC or some other website. You might be asking yourself, how do I get a texture in here? You can just click the import textures thing, but I'm lazy and I just drag and drop it. It's gonna have a bunch of different things on it, but all that you want to click is import text, and it will be down here. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I apply this to my Minecraft skin? So in this big ass folder here, all you want to do is just minimize it like that. Drag and drop your skin onto the root folder. There you are. You have your Minecraft skin. You're already basically 50% done. So this is the Blockbench phase. Blockbench is actually pretty simple once you get to understand the basic idea. And most Minecraft models are basically made from cubes. So I'm gonna hide this model. and teach you how to rotate, move, scale, and change the pivot point of a cube. First, you need to realize where the N is on your screen. This obviously means north, but this is the way your character will be facing. Let's create a cube. All you have to do is press add cube. By default, it will be on move. That means you can move the cube wherever you'd like to, and it will stay there and appear in game. For me, I don't want to move my cube, it's just gonna be there. So, what you can do is you can go to the top tab here and the resize. It's S to resize. For move, it's V. So if I wanted to do this quickly, I could just press S. And there we go. It's changed from V to move to S to size. There's also hotkeys for every single thing that you kind of can do in here, which makes workflow really fast. But now you see there's a green point, a red point, and a blue point. You can move these points to drag out the block in each direction, but you can't move it super precisely. As you can see, it goes in ones and just keeps on adding. But that's not what you want. What you want to do for more detail is you can press shift, and this goes by 25. But if you want something even smaller, you can press control and it will go in ones. But this might be really annoying because you have to do, I don't know, 1.1 on this side and 1.1 on that side. But that's super tedious to do. What I recommend doing is pressing Shift plus Alt and just dragging whatever side you want, and it will mirror it to the other side. And it same goes with control. If you want it to be smaller, you can just use control. Super useful tool, super useful tip. I only learned this recently, so I thought I'd share it. So for my cube, I want it to be super long and a little thick. You can also rotate your cube from left to right. So again, we're gonna have the blue, the red, and the green. You can move these around pretty easily to get whatever type of direction that you want. I'm gonna leave mine like this and just maybe tilt it back a little bit. Then you have your pivot tool. This is where all of your movement is based off of, this angle. So if I were to move my pivot point to the middle, it will now rotate from the middle, unlike before where it was rotating from the bottom. Pivot points are incredibly important to get correct, and you change them by using the pivot tool at the top. There's also these two other tools, but we won't be using them right now, or maybe even today. So now that I have my beautiful cube, what I want you to do is click on the cube itself and go down to textures and click create texture. Now this is gonna be a lot of information, but it's completely fine. So this is the pixel density, how many pixels you want your texture to have. I recommend only staying to like 32, pushing at 64, because of file size. I never ever really go above. But for this one, I'm going to make it 32. So what you can have on here is rearrange the UV, which I always have on, box UV, which I never have on, power to the size of 2, I also have on, and I also have the keep multi-texture on as well. But I recommend also turning on padding for your first time. It will make your life a lot easier. Then press confirm. As you can see, we have a cool textured cube. Now that our cool textured cube is done, maybe you want to draw on it. This is where this side comes up. Then you go to the paint tab. You'll probably be on this side and you can see your sidebar has changed. It might not look exactly the same as mine, but that's okay. So what I want you to do is make sure that your tool selection is on the paintbrush. And I am just gonna draw a smiley face. There we go. He's so happy. But each face is a different direction and it coordinates it by the different colors. So for example, if you wanted to texture something really nice, let's say I'm gonna get this pink. I'm gonna go to my palette tab, click generate palette and click generate. And let's say I want my cube to be fully pink. You can click on this to make it pink, or you can click on this. But if it does this, which it has just done now, there's a way to fix this and it's called lock alpha channel. Click on that and do it again. And bada boom bada ba, just like that. You have a perfect looking pink, but it's actually purple cube. Now, if you want to shade your cube, all you really need to do is click on the paintbrush. There are different paintbrush options, but I never use them. Then you can change your brush size. I'm going to change it to 3. Opacity, normally never change this
and then turn your softness up. Let's say I want to give it some interesting pink shading like this, you know? It already looks quite nice. And then maybe I make it a little lighter at the top. Oh, maybe not that light. Maybe a little lighter at the top, you know? Some sort of a gradient. But it hasn't copied the texture to the other sides. This is where you can turn on mirror painting. Now, there's different options. Let me toggle it on again. This is the X option, where it just goes in a straight line. But then there is the Z option as well, where it will go in both ways. Now, for example, let's see, I colored this in. Now, on the other side, it's colored in as well. Now, let's see, if I were to go over this with a pink, like this, and turn it to the other side, it's pretty much copied. And that's how you texture. It's really simple. If you want to do more cooler things, like gradients and stuff, you can totally do that. But I normally never use gradients. Now that you have your beautiful cube, I'm gonna go to the Edit tab, and maybe I want this to be the same size as a player, but I have no references. That's what you're wrong. You go to the Preview tab with the 3 little lines, click on that, go to Preview Scene, scroll all the way down, and click on Minecraft Player. As you can see, this is how my cube looks like to a Minecraft player scale. As you can see, I honestly thought this was the size of the player. It's apparently barely even the size. But if you want to resize something, don't use the resize tool, because your textures will get completely messed up. And you don't want that. What you will do is you'll go to the Transform tab and click on Scale. Here, you have a slider that can make your cube as big or as small as you want it. I want it same size-ish of a player, and I feel like that's pretty good. Now, the most important part is to save. Make sure you don't lose your work. I do this by doing Control S, and then it will have a pop-up menu with your texture file name. Make sure you name it. I'm gonna name mine Cube, even though you can't see this. And as you can see, it's changed on here to Cube. And just a quick tip, you don't want to name anything in the texture files a same name. Otherwise, your model will break. We're practically almost done with the basics. Let's say we wanted to animate this. By the way, if you do animate this, you won't be able to see it in game because you need scripting to do that. But just for an example's sake, let's do this. So as you can see, there's a giant cube and maybe I want it to bounce up and down. Click Add Animation and I want it to loop. Play once, plays the animation once, hold on last frame, holds it on the last frame of your animation. I'm just gonna leave it as called animation and press confirm. Now, I'm gonna go here, drag this, and I just want my cube to bounce up and down. Very simple. You might realize if you've just made the cube, you can't actually select it. Whatever you have, you need to make it in a folder. So let's quickly go back, go here, click on Add Group to make a folder, drag your cube into the group folder, and there we are. Click on the Animate tab, and now you have your group. I'm gonna go here, make it go up, make it go down, make it go up again, and then normally what you need to do is you need to take the last frame and copy and paste it to the back. So now it loops. And as you can see, super simple animation. But let's say you don't like this animation style. Guess what? You can change that too. You select all by either highlighting or just pressing Control A. Now, all you need to do is go here onto interpolation, click smooth, and now my animation will be smoothed. There's also other ones like Bezier and Step. This is Step. But I'm gonna keep it on smooth just because, well, it looks better. And don't worry, whatever edits you make in the animation tab will not affect your current model. Now that this is done, remember to save. Remember, you can do Control S or you can go to File and Save Model. Now let's head back to Minecraft. As you can see, I have a lot of tests, but all you want to do is click on your model, click on Upload Avatar to Cloud, and then go back in game, and I'm on now my pink cube, which is super cool. And of course, again, the animation doesn't play because you need scripting for that, and yeah. But now, you're literally your cube. which is great. Now that we've made this model, I'm gonna show you how to make proper model accessory for your avatar. Now, you might be asking yourself, wait, how do I get back into my folder? You go here and you just right click, plus open folder. Boom. It's that simple. And now I'm gonna, here we go. So now I'm just gonna be continuing on from the cube model, but I'm gonna be deleting all of these and unhiding my original model. Also remember to save. So now I'm gonna create a frog hat for my avatar. You can follow along or make something for your character. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a cube, and you can see the cube is down here. Go here, click on the move it up until you can kind of see it. That's great. Now you use the resize tool to resize it to whatever you want it to look like. I'm gonna do something very basic. There we go. And if you see the textures glitching like that, you want to make it just a little bit bigger. Now I'm gonna move it down to around about here, and it already looks kind of like a headband. It's kind of funny. But this is not just what I want to do. I want to actually make it a little bigger, and maybe I want to center the pivot. So I'm just going to click here, center pivot. It changes the pivot to the center, and I'm going to start styling my hat. You can tilt it and rotate it and whatever. But for me, I'm just going to keep it straight for now. I'm gonna change it later. So what I want you to do is, once you've made your cube thing, it's a hat, my throat, you can reposition it to wherever you feel is best. For me, I'm just gonna leave it maybe like here. Now, most people make a new cube each time and resize the cube, and I hate doing that. Like, it's one of my biggest pet peeves. It's so annoying. So what I do is I click on the cube either on the side or just in the program itself. Press Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and then I can just extrude it. Now, as you can see, the textures are glitching, but I'm making a frog hat and it's not gonna all be the same size. But for example, if it is, you are making like a weird hat that looks like this, and you don't want your textures glitching, all you need to do is go to this inflate button, do 1.0, and that visual bug thing won't happen anymore. And I'm gonna go to the top of this, and now it just looks like I have a really weird looking beanie, which is fine. Okay, now that I have my hat, I'm gonna just add more cubes with the same method. Control C, Control V, add element, go here, and go here. I'm making my little frog eyes. Maybe I want it to be like extruding. My little frog hat will have like very big looking eyes. But now the problem is, if I do Control V, Control C again, and move this to the other side, it's never gonna be perfect. Like, this is way off. Look at that. That is ugly. So what I want you to do, oh sorry, I pressed Control X to delete that. What I want you to do is click mirroring model. This will mirror the model. It's great. It's amazing. I love it. You can also turn on mirroring MV. So for this, I'm also going to change my pivot point to center, and that literally just changed it. But if you need to change it in any other way, you can just move it or maybe change the pivot point. It will mirror it to the other side perfectly. Now, I just want to add some more details in the sense of just make it a little cooler looking. You can do that with whatever means you deem necessary. I'm going to be doing it like this, just making sure everything connects nicely. And as you can see, it's a spanking frog hat. Super simple. Now that you have your beautiful little frog hat, what you want to do is you want to select all the cubes. You can do that just by either just selecting them like one by one, but if you are having this problem where you're just clicking on it, you need to press Control, and then all your items are selected. You can also press Control and click on your mouse button to select like everything like this in that box, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm just gonna click on all these, then go here, add a group, and boom. I'm gonna name this group hat. And there we go, we basically have a hat ready. that simple. It's crazy. And now I want to texture it. I'm gonna create texture, go to 32 because that's my goat. I'm gonna name it hat 1 because I think I already have a hat texture. And then I'm gonna click on padding. Press confirm. And there we are. We have a beautiful looking frog hat. And I'm gonna cheat a little bit. We have a beautiful textured frog hat. So now time to paint it. Let's go to paint, the paint tab at the top. And I'm gonna be so real with you. You do not want to be coloring in like this on your model. Please, I beg you. I beg you, please do not color in your model like this. It's bad. It's gonna take you hours. Imagine if this model was like 10 times the size. You'd be coloring in for hours. It's not worth it. So what I want you to do is go to your paint bucket tool, click on alpha lock again. Literally, I want my frog hat to be green. So actually, before I do that, so you don't want to draw on your hat. First, find your color. I'm gonna steal this really beautiful green. Come here, generate palette, generate a lovely looking palette. I'm gonna make it actually quite a bit darker. And I always recommend to start with the darkest color first. So you wanna get your texture back up here. If it disappears, just click on something and color it. You can undo it after. And click here, and boom, it's beautiful. It's so simple. It's so easy. It's great. All right, I'm gonna change my color, change this. Now you can draw on this hat. Now I'm gonna use my same size, same softness. So size 3, softness 80, and then I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna click on my favorite brush ever, whatever this one is. And now I would take a lighter shade and just color it in. Remember, I have the mirror painting tool. That's why it's going on both sides, so I don't have to do it forever. Actually, that looks like a lot better design. But basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna color this in. Maybe not like that, maybe just do it in blobs. Now it should be colored on most of all the sides, which is awesome. So easy. Now remember, there's also the underneath of something. You gotta color that in too, otherwise you're gonna miss some spots. And I like to give it some weird funky patterns most of the time. Now I'm gonna use a similar color to this. I'm gonna turn that down, turn this down. And that's just gonna be my little frog guy. I have mirrored UV on, so it's gonna look kind of weird at the back, but it doesn't matter to me. I don't really care. It's just an example. And there we go. I have a very cursed-ish looking frog hat that looks really mean. Why do you look so sad? All right, now it's fully textured. Ignore the back part, please. I'm so sorry. Now, what you want to do is, if this is an accessory model, you want to add the accessory to the existing body part. And if you've made multiple folders, all you gotta do is just put the same folders inside there. And now it should work if it fully disappears. Now, there's a lot of folders here, and this is on the body part of the head. So I'm just gonna drag and drop this onto the head. And of course, just save. Now that it's saved, I have a beautiful looking frog hat. And let's switch back to Minecraft. Now I'm back in Minecraft and you can see the model is right there. Click on it. Remember to upload the avatar to cloud. And there we go. I have a beautiful Minecraft hat model in a few minutes. It's literally that simple, that easy. This video has been going on for quite a while already, which, you know, it kind of needed to be, but I hope it was at least helpful. And I can't wait to see some of your awesome models you're gonna make with this. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make some cool stuff with it. And I'll be making a scripting video on how to do stuff like weird stuff. Like really, really weird stuff. Like, I don't know why my head's spinning like this. But ignore my shenanigans. Have a good rest of your day. I hope this helped one of you. Because if not, I just wasted an hour of my life. Anyways, bye.